I am going to do a little bit unusual video for me. I'm talking about invoking a power or an egregore that I sometimes do. And it can be used both magically and psychologically. And you start by describing whatever you want to know more about. Let's say it might be that you want justice, you want to learn what real justice is, or you want to connect to a planet, let's say Uranus, or you want to find peace, or you are angry at some group of people or a workplace and you want to become that workplace. And that goes also for any unknown spirits. And it starts with that I usually do it with writing out things. I describe whatever I think about Egregore. And I describe it both what I'm angry about, what I think I might like, and I do that in third person if you say it like that. And it can take quite a few pages, but the more power and energy you put behind it, the more clearer it becomes. And the second stage is that you start addressing to it, that you start talking to it, like, you are this and this, and you are that and that, and can you help me? And whatever it is that you want to say. And you can also tell what you want to learn. And the third stage is that you describe, that you become what you have described earlier. And psychologically, it can bring you a lot of insights. And it's usually not what you think. If you're angry, but especially Magick, you can feel really strong emotions and you can feel that energy rush and you become one with it in a way. And that's why you need the balance. So if you work with angels or other spirits, be prepared that you might have to do a banishing. If you're doing it for a psychological reasons, let's say that you're doing it on paper completely, and you put your energy that way, you usually don't need to. But what I find so useful is that the insights you get. And in a way, if you, let's say that you have a problem, you start to understand what the problem is. And then you can become the problem. So you really feel what the problem is all about. And then the third stage psychologically is to making peace with the problem. And that is the balance there. But in Magick, let's say that you want to connect to Uranus, or you want to connect to an asteroid or an earthquake. I have to confess I've been doing this, and that's why I'm a little bit obsessed with earthquakes right now. Also, by doing that, I started to sense when the earthquakes are happening before they are happening, before I get to alert. So this is something that I might have to banish after Uranus conjunction from my life. I feel the planet's movements and I don't want to feel every earthquake and volcano as well. So there is a word of caution, but if you do this psychologically, it is one of the best ways. If you are in a workplace and they are really difficult to understand and they have weird views and so on, or if you're in a situation where people are threatening you and you don't understand what they are coming from and so on, you can become the court system or the justice. You can become any occult, what can we say, group. You can become a psychological institution or a religious institution or a power of nature or whatever it is that you're seeking. But what I have learned, that the insights that I get, that I might be really angry when I start, but after a long process, when it starts to work with me, let's say that I describe it with angry words and things I believe it is in the beginning, and it is, let's say, 4 A4 pages of paper. And then afterwards, I've noticed that there is a kindness and a peace that wasn't there before. And this also goes for fears. If you feel that others are feeling fear for something and you can't help them, you can call upon their fear. And you usually feel a specific thing that their parents or their ancestors or their culture that they have inherited. But it works very well. And I just wanted to share it with you. Bye for now, and I love you all.